It is a great pleasure for me now to introduce, and I'll call him up, another icon in our business and a man who's going to tell us all about our inductees to the ICAS Foundation Hall of Fame. And let's roll and see who our first inductee is as I ask Danny Clisham to join me up here.
During a flying career that spanned 40 years, Greg Poe discovered early on that he enjoyed exploring the third dimension of flight. The ink on his first pilot certificate was not even dry when his flight instructor introduced him to aerobatics, and it was love at first flight. By 1974, he was flying at country air shows in Centabrias and decathlons and transitioned to the Pitt Special when he started entering aerobatic competitions only a few years later. But this natural showman was always destined to perform for an audience, whether it was airshow spectators at the airport on a Saturday afternoon or national television audiences while introducing the American public to the excitement and challenges of hardcore aerobatic flying. By the mid-90s, he was a full-time airshow pilot and had developed a national reputation as an airshow professional who was entertaining, safe, exciting, and reliable. It was when he put his passion for air shows together with a passion for motivating children that Greg realized his full potential, not just as a performer, but as a human being. He used his Elevate Your Life program as a way to reach grade school and middle school age children. And in 8 years, he spoke to more than 50,000 kids and gave hundreds of incentive rides. And although Greg sadly passed away from a heart attack in 2011, his Elevate Your Life program lives on and continues to use Greg's life and aviation career as a source of motivation and inspiration for thousands of children every year. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Greg Poe into the ICAS Foundation Airshow Hall of Fame.
We would like to bring on stage now to accept for Greg Poe his brother Russ. Brother Russ, I want to tell you, as you make your way up here, Greg is still so much in our hearts because of his passion, his caring, his example, and we're so proud that you are continuing. You and your great team are continuing all the great work that your brother did. Russ, thank you so much. It's all yours. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I thought this was going to be easy until I seen that video. I hadn't seen that yet. Good evening. My name is Russ Poe. I'm the executive director of the Ryan J. Poe Foundation and have been blessed to call Greg Poe my big brother. I'd like to take a moment and recognize some family, friends, and team members sitting at our table. We'd like to recognize Colonel Abisher and Captain Shample with the Idaho National Guard. They're a part of the Guard team that is putting on a Boise show next year. Greg produced the last air shows at the Boise Airport in 97, 98, and 99, and we would like to thank them for bringing that show back, and we'd like to thank them for their service. The incomparable Greg Gibson, his wife Jackie, and their daughters Miranda and Reagan, longtime friend and team member Debbie Siegel. The international man of mystery, Mr. Dax Wanless, could not be here with us this evening, unfortunately. Our daughter, Alex Poe. Our other daughter is Samantha Poe, who does a lot of photo, video, edit, and website work for us. We'd like to give a special thanks to Mark and Joan Peterson with Mustang High Flight Air Shows, Brad Worston with Power Addiction Air Shows, for helping us to keep Greg's legacy alive through Elevate Your Life for the last 5 years. And last but not least, I'd like to thank my wife, Teresa. Without her, Elevate would not function. We'd also like to thank Fagan Inc., Wayne Handley, and Steve Appleton for their contributions to Greg's career. Shout out to Bill Brock, Mike Barachoa, John Klatt, Jim Pites, and Brian Norris. Words cannot describe how thrilled and honored we are to accept this award, recognizing Greg's aviation career and life achievements. Greg said on multiple occasions that he didn't do it to win awards, but that being recognized by his peers would be nice. Well, this must be his year to get recognized, because in October he was inducted into the Idaho Aviation Hall of Fame as well. Along with the other inductees tonight and previous inductees, he is in remarkable company. We would like to thank ICAS and the ICAS Foundation for this honor and all that they do. We would like to extend a special thanks and prayers to Steve and Suzanne Oliver. I had the privilege of being a passenger on Greg's 40-year aviation journey. His aviation resume was most impressive, but arguably his biggest gift to the aviation came after he lost his son Ryan to a drug addiction in 2002 and started the Elevate Your Life youth program in 2004. The beauty of Elevate is the recipe of dreams, kids, and airplanes. Greg's desire to give back and make a difference outweighed the pain he endured every time he told Ryan's story. Greg said that flying airplanes and doing air shows is awesome, but how often do you get to change someone's life? From day one, he said, if we do Elevate for the rest of our lives and we only change one life, then it would have all been worthwhile. We can now say that we've impacted thousands of young lives. Elevate Your Life is going into its 14th season next year and has been exposed to over 70,000 kids in the Western Hemisphere. In 2017, we have shows coming up with Brad Worston as well as some other projects. Elevate Your Life will be participating with our friends to the north as we team up with Ken Fowler and Team Rocket on the Canadian Arctic Aviation Tour. This has been a tough year for loss in our industry. The ICAS coffers are low. Speaking from experience, in 2002, when we lost our mom, the airshow family was there for us. 9 weeks later, when we lost Ryan, ICAS stroked a check. Wayne Handley flew a show for Greg and passed the fee along. Jim Leroy came into town and made himself available to help for a week. 2011, when we lost Greg, the foundation stroked another check. The air show family was there. Rob Holland flew a couple shows we had booked, and he passed the fees along. Kirby Chandler did some Elevate rides for us. John Melby filled a show for us. As competitive by nature as this industry is, when the rubber meets the runway, this industry steps up. So please give back when you can to the foundation, our youth, and future pilots. In the words of Greg Poe, pull hard and prosper, and remember to always aim for the sky. Thank you.
Thank you, Russ. Thank you. Russ, come over here. Stand right on that spot, if you will. Miss Nancy Lau would be happy to present you with, for you and your team and your family, and on the memory of your great brother, Greg Poe, a forever portrait.